Hi, my name is Amanda, and this is my daughter Evelyn, and we're going to be teaching you a series of verses. It's Luke 2, verses 1 through 20, and it's the story of Jesus being born, so it's the Christmas story. And we love the story of Christmas because we love babies, and Jesus being a baby is pretty special, so this is a really special passage of Scripture for our family. So we're going to start off by all of us putting our hands out like this, like we're holding a Bible. And we're going to say the passage that we're memorizing, which is Luke 2, verses 1 through 20. Then we're going to spread out our hands and say, in those days, so we're kind of describing, kind of going back in time. So back in those days, so we're sort of setting the scene for this passage. So we're going to say, in those days, Caesar Augustus. And Caesar Augustus was in charge of that area. He was almost like a king. And so we put our hands here as if we're holding a big fancy robe over our shoulders. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree. A decree was like a law that he put in place. So he was telling everybody they had to do something, and we're going to talk about that. So we're holding out a decree, like a book, a law that he's issued. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken. A census was when they counted people and created a list of all the people and where they were from. So he issued a decree that a census should be taken. So it's like we're writing down the information. So we tap our finger on our open hand, nice and flat, like a piece of paper or a book, and we're writing on it. That a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. So that's the whole area that this guy was in charge of. So we're spreading out our hands like the whole world. We're going to go from the top. Luke 2, verses 1 through 20. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. And then the next part is talking about the time in history when all this happened. So it's a little bit of detail. So this was the first census that took place when Quirinius was governor of Syria. So Quirinius was the name of someone, and our family really likes this because our last name is Quiring, which is like Quirinius. So we like to imagine we're related to him. So this was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria. And everyone went to their own town to register. So it's like we're counting all the people that lived in that area, in the whole country area. Everyone went to their own town to register. So registering for the census. We're going to do this from the very top. Are you ready? Luke 2, verses 1 through 20. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place when Quirinius was governor of Syria. And everyone went to their own town to register. We're going to do that from the top one more time. Ready? Luke 2, verses 1 through 20. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place when Quirinius was governor of Syria. And everyone went to their own town to register. Good job.